Hello everyone, I am Hala Ala Edwidar. I'm Egyptian. I graduated from the American University in Cairo. I have a TOEFL certificate from the University of California, course supervised by the University of Toronto, Canada. And I'm doing Masters of Education now in the University of the People in America. It's one of the top 3 universities in America when it comes to online education. When I come to teach English, I take into consideration many stuff. For example, if it's a beginner, somebody who cannot read or write ABC, and this is completely fine, I would make him or her listen to ABC alphabet and English phonics, like A for apple, B for bat, ba. And then I would ask him or her to write his or her name and the names of family members and friends and neighbors, favorite cartoon characters, friends, or favorite artist or TV star or whatever, using the letters so it can be registered here and here. They can know that Ahmad, for example, is A, Ha, M, E, D. For example, Ahmad. So, because we don't say A, we don't say B, it's B, H, Ahmad, yeah. So, and when it comes to teaching grammar, I do grammar in a gross motor way, or in a way that would be related to student lives. For example, what's the time now? I don't know when I'm recording this video, maybe it's 5:30 p.m. in Cairo time. What are you doing now? Then I would not avoid using Arabic. I would just put pictures. Are we running, walking, like pictures of people walking, running, studying? Then someone might say, this picture, studying, because beginners would not know what is studying. So at 5:30, I study English. At 7 a.m. or 10 a.m., what did you do? At 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. I woke up. I had breakfast. I would then put differences between present and past. I put a line, 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 5:30 p.m., and then I will go to 9 p.m., okay? With pictures of moon and daylight and certain activities, and students would use the correct verbs and correct activities in the correct time until we come to the future. They will say, I will sleep at 10 p.m. or I sleep at 10 p.m. And then when it comes to level 4 or 5, I used to be a teacher in the Russian Cultural Center. I know that maybe future tense or present continuous may be at this level. So I would state the difference between uses of the present simple and uses of present continuous, and when do we use the future, like will do, will play. For example, I would put Cairo Tower and I would put Eiffel Tower. I would say, what is the correct sentence? I wouldn't state the correct sentence, but I would let the students do it, like Cairo Tower will be in Cairo. Cairo Tower is in Cairo. Which sentence is correct? Some people might choose will, some people might choose present, but I would put an X on will. And then I would ask the class why. Some people might say because present is used for facts, present is used for habits. Yes. For example, if there's a student at school, he or she wakes up at 7 a.m. He or she takes the bus at 8 a.m. He or she has the first lesson at 10 a.m. That's for example. However, if it's a student in grade 12, it means that he or she will be in a university next year. So, he or she will go to Cairo University, or for example American University, or maybe will travel abroad to continue studies abroad. That's the case. But when do we use the present continuous? Again, same sentences near that would say, I am having breakfast in 2 hours, or I will have breakfast in 2 hours, and I would say which one is correct. In this case, I will let the student answer. They may get confused, but they will most probably at level 5 or level 4 get the correct answer, most of them. Both of these sentences are right. However, we use the present continuous for continuous stuff, like I'm talking in a video now, or I'm having dinner at 8 p.m. today. So this is how I do the grammar. I would relate it to students' lives. Like if there is someone who is above 50 in my class, in this case he will not be in the university, he will not be in a school, or she will not be in university, will not be in a school next year. So I would ask her what is happening in her life in 1 month, or what's happening in her life in 1 week, and then get examples from her life. So when it comes to teaching pronunciation, I use technology too much. I use videos, clear accent videos, like for example TEDx Talk, Nas Daily website, Drew Binsky website, Drew Binsky blog on Facebook, because most of these bloggers and YouTubers, they have the correct accent. They are very skilled in getting the American accent. I would ask the students to talk and record what they are saying, and I would ask them to listen to what they were saying and see by themselves if they are doing it correctly. Are they pronouncing worked or worked? It's worked. So I would let them listen to their own voices. And if they don't have mobile phones that records, in this case I would be using any type of electronics, or ask any of the classmates, including myself. I would volunteer to record for a person, for example, who has a simple phone. Maybe there is someone in the students who is above 60 or above 50 who doesn't know how to use Android. It's perfectly fine for me to use my own phone, or ask someone from the students to use his own phone or her own phone for the time being, and then we will download what's being recorded on the flash memory and get it to this person. Maybe this person has a family member who has a laptop, for example, or has a neighbor, or has a cyber cafe. When it comes to teaching reading, I bring really interesting topics. For example, there is a place on Earth that doesn't have gravity, or in this case the gravity is very low. People can really fly in it, especially during summer. It's Ecuador. Okay, believe it or not, Ecuador and places near equator, some of them don't have gravity. The gravity is very small. People are really flying in the videos that I saw there, and it's 100% true. There's a place on planet Earth that doesn't have space and time, in the South Pole. Someone can stay there and there's no time or space. Of course, I would use an example that's easy to understand, like a place with no gravity. A village in Turkey where people speak sparrow languages. They actually talk to sparrow, and they know how to make, even do it like that, and it's very perfect. There's a place in Turkey where people know how to create music using leaves. Very great music. Like, I would use such kind of examples. Or I would take a topic that says, from a prisoner to a multi-millionaire at 25 in Egypt. It's a true story. Most of the Koreans, in 2017 and 18 were actually prisoners. The Korean government sent the prisoners here to Cairo to work instead of paying for the food and, free food and free electricity in the prisons. One of them ended up becoming a millionaire by selling disposable cups to shops and to people who do coffee and espresso on cars. Like, if I have 100 pounds, I can personally do it, and I tried it myself. There's a very great profit. In 5 years, someone can make 3 million pounds out of that. So from a prisoner to a millionaire in Cairo at 25, which is a true story. So I would get them 2 or 3 paragraphs or 1 paragraph, depending on the level of the students. they will get really interested to look at this and read this. I would ask them to underline the new vocabulary. And I would ask them to personally translate it using Google Translate. In this case, I use context.reverso. It's the best website ever. Or Thesaurus, because I don't trust Google Translate. And I would divide I always do the competitive style in education. I divide the class in groups. And the group that performed the best would get a small present. For example, it can be a ticket to Giza Zoo, or it can be points at the end of the semester. The group that has the best point, or the best performance, sorry, not the best points, or will get, for example, cinema ticket, or will get what can I say, any type of small gifts. Or we will print the pictures of its members and put it on the walls of the center, or post it on our website, or ask them to do an advertisement in English, or these kind of activities. So that's one of the good ways to teach reading. So now I covered listening. I didn't cover listening. Listening would be the same as speaking and pronunciation. They would listen using to a recording from my phone or from the laptop, and they would note down what they understood, and I would divide the class in groups. And when of course at the end of the class, I will see what everyone is struggling at, and then clarify the points on the board. For example, some people can have a hard time differentiating between bliss and bless. It's common at level 2 or level 3 or even 5 to tell the difference. So I would clarify this point. So at this point in this video, I explained how I would teach grammar, listening, writing, pronunciation, and reading. I will also teach writing the same way, but I will do a scaffolding first. I would also put on the board few sentences. I swam, comma, I ran, and I slept. I swam and I ran and I slept. Which one is correct? Grammatically correct? I would ask the students, and I am sure that at level 2 and 3, no one will get it right. But maybe in level 6, some of the students may get it right depending on which kind of schools they went to. Because I see very big problems with punctuations in Egypt. So I would do the same type of scaffolding and the same type of eliciting from students that I did in grammar and in reading and in listening and in teaching, all kinds of stuff. Because I can also pronounce in the wrong way. I can intentionally do it in pronunciation and in listening, in order to see if the students understood what is the wrong pronunciation and what's wrong. So I can do the same right or wrong sentence even with listening and pronunciation. So at this time, I explained grammar, listening, writing, reading, and pronunciation. So I am now over with this video. I hope you liked it. I always elicit from students. I never ever do a teacher-based classroom. I like to divide the class in groups. I like to challenge my students by personally speaking in an incorrect way. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for listening.